Thanks, Mark.
Okay. We have a situation of members never using their position of trust to exploit the client in any way, shape, or form. And a member must immediately cease to accept fees, terminate services, and transfer a client to another suitable practitioner at the earliest opportunity if that situation occurs.
There's a question actually from Roy Hunter when it comes to influence and exploitation. With regard to Roy, it's the question that you had with regard to network marketing and such things. And I'm going to unmute your microphone so that you can speak. Go ahead. Oh wait, I'm sorry. Didn't.
See, I need to click on that.
There
Can you
go.
hear me now?
You're good now. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. I have noticed over my 3.5 decades plus in the profession that occasionally I'm approached by someone in the profession regarding network marketing. Over a decade ago, I actually got involved in one, and when he started pushing me to promote it to my clients, I drew the line, because in Washington State, you could literally have a legal complaint turned into the Department of Professional Licensing at the Division of Health, because in Washington State, you cannot, quote, prescribe something that's not relevant to what the client is seeing you for. And I believe some people are bordering on crossing the line, even suggesting vitamins to help with withdrawals from cigarettes, etc. At any rate, it could result in legal action in Washington, such as a suspension or revocation of your registered hypnotherapist designation. And I believe that it's ethical to promote hypnotherapy to your downline if you're involved in network marketing, but shouldn't we consider it unethical to promote products to hypnotherapy clients other than books, CDs, DVDs, etc., that are directly related to hypnosis?
Well, I think that the question can be answered by looking back to what Masood Ansari said, that using hypnosis to undue advantage, against the client. That might be a situation, and I don't think that it's directly, confronted or addressed in the Code of Ethics itself, as far as, but it may be a situation of undue influence that may, cause them to make an investment, or however these network marketing deals work. It may be an abuse of the position. Once you have them in a position of influence, it could be considered an abuse. But it's like Masood Ansari indicated, that hopefully we just do not use the hypnosis to put ourselves in a position for our own self-aggrandizement, whether it's financially, emotionally, sexually, whatever. But I hope that pretty much answers the question. If you do feel that it's unethical, of course, if it's illegal, then definitely it's unethical. If it's it may be that it's unethical, but it's not illegal. But if you have the suspicion that what they're doing is unethical, you can always bring it to either the proper authority, or if you don't think that it's illegal but it might be unethical, you can make a grievance with the ethics committee, and we will be covering that in a few minutes.
Okay. All right.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and pretty much wrap up in anticipation of the the members will not permit considerations of bias, religion, nationality, or gender. In that situation, it would be the practitioner's duty to refer the client to another suitable practitioner.
All right, and Karen had a question here relative to that. So, Karen, that's about influence. I'm sorry, your microphone is muted, love.
Sorry. Mark, you were talking about we should refer to another practitioner if there's any kind of influence, undue influence over our clients, social standing, political issues, that kind of thing. While I wouldn't discuss politics with a client, I do post my opinions on politics and other things on my personal Facebook page or on my personal Twitter account. And so when it comes to social media, how far do we go with this? Do we need to block clients from our personal Facebook pages because there could be some kind of influence mentioned there? Do we have to ban them? Or how far do we go? How far down the rabbit hole does this go when it comes to social media?
Well, that again is a little bit subjective. If it gets to the point where it's interfering with you being able to do any good for your client, then you've got to let it go. I think that the situation is a little bit should be a little bit reversed. We have that same issue in the legal profession. All of my clients are very, very biased. They all have their own opinion, and I may not agree with it at all, but I have a duty to represent my client to the best of my ability and I'm the one who has to put the bias aside for me to be able to do that. So I don't know if I feel that I can't do it, whether or not it's as a hypnotist or whatever. It's like the hypnotherapist who smokes, who helps people to not smoke. To get people off the cigarettes. It's kind of conflicting as to, and I kind of relate that to that type of to that question as to it being a bias. It works both ways. I mean, this guy's going to help me stop smoking, and he's smoking 2 packs a day. The bias of the client, we have to, if we can overlook it, it's going to be it's our obligation to overlook it and get past that, not really the clients.
So answered very well, Mark. I thank you for that. I think I was mixing up influence. I mean, yes, I would never be biased in a client situation. I just wanted to make sure that our biases separate from the office wasn't in consideration under this. That we don't have to check what we say in public or on social media.
On social media, I don't know how far this goes. I think it's pretty much this is would be considered a non-discriminatory statement, that you aren't gonna deny someone on the basis of their religion, nationality, gender, or whatever. But I don't think that precludes you from having an opinion, whether or not it's in the public or private. You have the right to your opinion. I'm pretty certain, and I don't think any code of ethics would preclude you from having an opinion. The only thing that would make it a viable link to the protocol is if it would interfere with the services that you render, or your client's ability to truthfully and easily accept that service under the circumstances. But I appreciate it. Remember that members are required to report to the association any unethical behavior by any other member that can be substantiated. So we have a proactive portion of that code that I think we need to be aware of, and I don't know how active we can make it, but it is definitely something that we will consider in bringing the procedures to light and everything else. But at this point in time, if I'm not mistaken, I think we may have gone just over a little on our first section. But I'll turn it back over you to Michael.
Okay. Well, thank you, Mark. And it is that time, so we're going to pause here for a moment, and we'll take a little break.